Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. As you see, got all my kit on. I'm doing my training, right? Last video we tried and talked about training and different types of training and what it is, training versus running drills versus exercise. Well, now let's talk about training. What is training and do you really need it? Okay guys, last video we did discuss training and the importance of training, different types of training versus running drills versus exercise. So let's talk about the training aspect. How important is training? Are you a professional in the field, whether it be military, law enforcement, first responder, I guess those are all the same, nurse, paramedic, firefighter? Do you get CEUs, PDs, professional development? Do you do those? I gotta get this thing off. This thing is miserable. It is hot out here and I'm just not that cool. So do you get your training, and what kind of training are you getting? Over the past year, I have found myself less and less interested in wanting to run around and run drills as much as I've been more interested in finding training. This past year alone, I'm close to between 90 and 100 credit hours of training I've received, whether it be through law enforcement training, whether it be through first responder training, whether it be through civilian training, whether it be through classes. I'm constantly in class. I actually have a class in about 2 hours, and once I'm done with that, then I'll be back at my college class tonight studying on it. Something I'm seeing more emphasis that needs to be had, and things I see a lot of people talking about, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. And this really can go to anybody. As a first responder, are you getting trained, quality training? You know, talking about the importance of training. You can learn through doing and learn through experience and making mistakes, but sometimes it is nice to have somebody teach you. Of all the tools that I've ever had on things like this and this item, I rarely ever needed to use them in my entire career. One of the things I probably needed to use, and I have actually used in a real life environment, was the tourniquet. This is something that I am really appreciative that I have gone to classes and had someone teach me. And that brings up another question. Do you know how to use something as basic as this? Most people are going to say, yeah, it's really simple. When you're dealing with someone's life, trying to preserve life, not always that simple. Especially when you're in a very high stressful environment. You can go to something as simple as a first aid class, basic CPR, AED from the Red Cross. That's going to put you light years ahead of where you're at. It's going to get you a good baseline to build off of. They don't cost that much money, and most Red Cross classes are begging people to take their classes. Another thing that you can look at is Department of Homeland Security's Domestic Preparedness Center in Anniston, Alabama also has classes. Now, a lot of these classes are geared towards certain types of professions, but there is still classes that you can take online that regular people can take, your regular Joes can take, that if they want to be prepared. Other programs that you can look into are CERT, Community Emergency Response Team. It again is part of FEMA and Center of Domestic Preparedness. It is a volunteer group which will train regular civilians to augment first responders in times of emergency. They do provide free training and also will help you outfit you and your friends to be able to become a like-minded group that will be able to assist doing things such as search and rescue, augment first responders, and whatever else that they provide, whether it be communications or whatever else. Those are things that you can look at as continuing education. Last thing, always have something like this on you. This is a cheap one. I'm not gonna lie, this is cheap. There's a lot better out there. But if you're going to carry these, get good quality training. You can't just pick this up and say, I automatically know everything about this. It is good to have training. It is worth it. But at the same time, don't stop running this kit. Train together, train with your friends. It is okay to get out, kit up with your best buddy, and say, hey man, we're gonna run a few drills. We're gonna find somewhere and we're gonna try and run a drill or two. We're gonna run a drill or two, and we're gonna try and have some fun. But when you do, come up with a plan, get everything set, have everything ready, and say, okay, we're gonna run this drill and this is what we're gonna do. Get quality results out of your time, because you only have so much time in your life. And with that, fellas, I got class this afternoon, college class tonight, so I got about half an hour. I'm gonna go run some dry fire drills. So see y'all later.